This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 490, Mothering Through Anxiety by Shawna Scafe of simpleonpurpose.ca. Howdy, and welcome back to the final show of the week. I'm Joss Marie, and I'm here to narrate relationship content every Monday through Friday in hopes of optimizing the many relationships in your life. And today's post, which I'm super excited about, goes out to all the busy moms out there suffering from anxiety when it comes to parenting. And just real quick before we get into Shawna's post, I also want to remind you that you can always seek support from our Facebook group, so simply search for Optimal Living Daily on Facebook and request access to join. But with that, let's get right into Shawna's post and start optimizing your life. Mothering Through Anxiety by Shawna Scafe of simpleonpurpose.ca. I came across a really interesting article on psychologies.co.uk. It lists 5 types of mothering styles. Number 1, perfectionist. She is hypercritical and controlling. Number 2, unpredictable. She parents based on the mood she's in. Number 3, best friend. She avoids taking on the parent role. Number 4, me first. Her kid's job is to make her shine. And number 5, complete. The balanced, well-rounded mom. You might read through this and make a mental list of other moms you know and their associated styles. Then you might think, oh, well, they don't have the caffeinated and awesome style, so guess I'll default to the complete. We'd all like to think we are the complete. I'd like to think I am, but I'm not. Any parent knows that we don't always fit into a handful of tidy categories. We are chameleons of nurturing and teaching, constantly shifting and responding to the assorted needs of all the people around us. But maybe in my case, I embarrassingly plunk into place for one of these 5 mothering styles. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to be honest and will admit that I'm probably the unpredictable mother. Now, I am not in the mood swing category. I'm sure my friends would say I'm generally kindergarten teacher happy, which is activated by a morning coffee. But I am the unpredictable mother in terms that I'm very predictable. I'm driven by my anxieties. I feel this internal drive to keep things predictable, ordered, calm, and on schedule. I hate dishes and mess, though they are always there. I hate pushing nap or bedtimes. I hate not having a plan for dinner and dealing with hungry kids. I hate being spontaneous with the kids. I hate flying solo with kids that might melt down. I hate that I hate all these things. I could blame it on being conditioned to feel this way after having our second baby who put my mothering up to the test. But truth be told, I was a little like this with our first. It just wasn't very noticeable. Everyone would say I was so laid back with our first, but he was one kid, one mellow, adaptable, chubby, happy little man. We joked that he taught us nothing about being parents. He made me look better than I was or am. I was raised like this. I had an anxious mom. I grew up fearful of things I didn't know about and reflexively questioned what if. I grew up living in a self-contained routine of doing what was easy and familiar. It probably kept me out of trouble in my youth, but made me a naive, overly cautious adult and an anxious mom. This took me a long time to become self-aware of this, and even longer to admit that I was like this. Denial was a beautiful tailor-made coat I didn't want to take off, despite the heat. As I hinted, things boiled up to the surface after having our daughter. That's when my anxiety started really affecting more than just me, but my family as well. I was stressed out by baby girl's health problems and so focused on getting her better. I became the guardian of how our family spent our free time, and I said no to everything. There is no time, I would try to explain. I was desperate for more time. Time to myself, to clean, to cook, to prepare, to have a break from the kids, to heal baby girl. Time to find that magic formula of habits those other moms seem to have in order to make their lives glide fluently and tidily along. After extensive Googling, a few wine-soaked baths, lots of prayers, some good long chats, and the ugly cry, I can let myself conclude there's no magic formula. It's not supposed to be easy. It's real life. It's parenting. It's going to be messy and stressful and unpredictable. I have to stop and remind myself of this almost every day. There is no perfect balance. Once I saw these limits I was imposing on everything, I had a decision to make to go against my instincts. I could say yes more. I could deal with the meltdowns, with the mess, deal with the uncomfortable knot in my stomach while my mind overanalyzed every potential hurdle I would need to navigate around. I could just deal with real life. But another truth, I'm working on it. My first instinct is often to say no. I'm working on saying yes. I'm keeping an eye open for those times I'm letting my anxieties be in charge, which is step 1. Step 2 is harder because it means letting go, and for me, that is scary. I've got a couple of great ladies in my life who help me with this, and of course, one handsome man who also opens pickle jars and listens to my dreams. I want my kids' lives to be filled with more real life, more wonder and adventure. I want them to be adaptable and fearless. I want them to be strong and brave. I want them to be all the things I wished I was. You just listened to the post titled Mothering Through Anxiety by Shawna Scafe of simpleonpurpose.ca. Thank you, Shawna. I'm not going to lie, I choked up the first time I read this, and actually a little bit this time too, maybe you noticed, because I feel like it was written firsthand from my own perspective. As I looked at the list of mothering styles for the first time, I knew while there are days while I fall into the complete category, that the truth is, most of the time I fall into the unpredictable category. And for many of the same reasons as Shawna provides. I got the chills as I continued to read and realized the many parallels between me and her. I also have a family history of anxiety and grew up questioning what if. Lee knows all too well about this. As many of you might remember, Tal suffered a lot of ear health issues as a baby and had ear infection after ear infection and unresolved fluid for months until he finally got ear tubes, God bless us all, at 13 months of age when we were all finally able to start sleeping. And I think I let the fears of what happened there with Tal and not sleeping for that many months kind of control me now with Colby, who also got tubes recently at 7 months of age, but she's a great self-soother. She has an amazing nap and sleep schedule, and I just wish I could let myself be a little more flexible. It's something I'm working on daily, and I'm actually trying to do this in many other ways in my life as well. A huge leap for me lately is that I've actually started allowing Lee to do the laundry. Yes, full disclosure, I've been a bit too territorial over the laundry room for several years, but man, does it feel amazing to have him helping out in that department. And he's doing a great job. I've said this before and I'll say it again. There's not much sexier than a man trying to fold his absolute best just to impress mama. Anyways, such a great post. Thanks again to Shawna. It really hit home for me in a lot of ways, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. But with that, have a wonderful weekend, and remember to come on back again next week, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode. And head to oldpodcast.com, that's OLDpodcast.com, for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.